Here we go again. Toyota Tacoma. We all know it's the best truck on the planet, most reliable. 2013, I told you I got 230,000 miles on my truck. One of the issues that you see with some of the paint jobs actually on some of the Toyotas and a lot of other vehicles is this vehicle's been out in the sun its entire life. It has never been garage kept. Even though I have this nice little shop here I built, I park other things in here. Why? Because I know that the Toyota can take it. So what we have here is we have the paint starting to deteriorate here with scratches and stuff in it. And what we're going to use today is I'm going to sand that down lightly to try to keep some of the gray color. And then we're going to do this. We're going to do the Poppy's Patina. I did the Poppy's Patina on my bus. And what you see there did my entire 33-foot Wander Lodge bus. Obviously, that's going to be a thin coat of clear coat. You can put additional coats on. So we're going to use that Poppy's Patina today. So step one is going to be to sand this down and try to make it a little bit smoother. And we also want to remove any wax or any grease on that. All right, folks, we're getting ready to do some sanding. Now on my bus, what I did is I just used some Scotch-Brite and lightly scuffed everything up. And you can see that will actually give some tooth adhesion and as well kind of smooth out that stuff. What I'm gonna try today is going to be 600 grit with a DA sander, just a dual action. And I've got an extra foam pad right in here. You know, when I start going over these bumps, we don't want to remove all the paint, so we need to be careful of that. And I'm gonna try that DA on here and see how that goes. Again, you don't have to do that. You can just scuff things up a little bit. And you know, what I love about the Poppy's Patina is you don't have to hardly tape anything off. You don't need to use a respirator. You're just gonna wipe this clear coat on and be done with it. All right, so we got the roof sanded down. Like I said, it was 600 grit. You know, I kind of wanted to keep the base coat. I didn't want to dig down into the base coat, so 600 I thought was good. You know, if in doubt, go with a higher. Start off with 1,000 grit. You know, whatever it takes, you can go a little bit rougher if you want. If you go too rough and eat through your base coat, then that's going to ruin the look you might be looking for. I mean, realistically, I could sand this whole thing down and still clear coat it, and then I've got basically bare metal. This is made to go over rust. So here's the next step. Next step is going to be the wax and the grease remover. When you order a kit from Poppy's Patina, they send rags and stuff. It's a whole kit. It's pretty much ready to go. So here we go. Let's wipe this thing down. Let's wipe this thing. Get the grease and the wax off of it. I'm going to use the chemical that they sent me. This could be something as simple as toluene or something like that, or even lacquer thinner. Who knows? I'm not going to, you know, it came with the kit. Let's use it. Let's make sure we do everything that we can to make this a beautiful roof again in a somewhat restored paint job on the top. It definitely will be a restored clear coat, which will protect the metal. Let's finish this up and get to the next step. All right, we are now wiped down. We're taped off. I did go ahead and remove the tail light. I mean, you could actually clear coat over that if you scuffed it up some. Just hit the edges. I'm gonna give you guys a pro tip. Poppy's Patina does real good on black rubber. However, make sure that you do that first because it's gonna leave a residue on it, a black residue. You don't want that put over and transferred over to the paint. So I'll clear coat that first with a separate rag, and then I'll come back and do the rest of it. All right? All right. Got our 8-to-1 mixture here. We're going to stir that up. We're going to put on our gloves. Now, Poppy's Patina does say to use a respirator, okay? Gloves and respirator. So do what they say, maybe not what I do. All right, check that out. definitely not perfect. It could use another coat, which I might do and might wet sand. But in all, that turned out pretty good. Poppy's Patina, clear coat restoration, Toyota Tacoma.